What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to this quick little TU6 launch video. So TU6 has been live for about half an hour for me. I've been playing for just over half an hour and it's interesting. I wanted to bring out this video for you guys. It is a little bit rushed because there's a lot to go over and a lot I need to test, but I've gone through a lot of things and there are a lot of things I find very interesting that have changed that I want to share with you guys, especially if you're at work or you're at school or you don't know, you're frustrated because you cannot jump on the game and you want to test it out, because I'm going to work very shortly, so I won't be able to upload later on today. So I wanted to bring this video out to show you guys the changes. Like, are SMGs still very strong? What happened to the named weapons? Can you stack hardened? All those questions I'm about to answer for you guys, because it's just very interesting, and I want to share with you guys these details because I'm a bit surprised at what they've done. So we'll get into it. So let me just show you guys quickly. So on my specialization, we're going to go over this technician just now. I've activated my normal one, the gunner, and we've got SMG damage rolled on it, LMG and assault rifle, just to show you guys that we're going to go over the changes. So if you didn't know, in the PTS we got a whole bunch of updates to the armor values and things like that show up the skill powers. So as you can see, we've got our damage on our gun, RPM, armor, health, skill power. So it shows you all your skill power right there. That is much better, nice quality of life. Now you can also toggle your PvP talents and PvE talents by pushing the button there. It's Z on PC. Very nice. You can also view it you can view your whole build right here by just pushing one button. Very quick. This is just the details of your build. Go into it. Very nice. All quality of life. You can navigate the categories very easily. It's very, very nice. It looks way better. And then also, when you go into your items, you just push X. You can sort them by level, default. You can put new, recent, loadout, or even the best sell values and armor ratings or brands. It's just quality of life, which you guys will find out for yourself. I don't need to go over that. It just makes it a lot easier to navigate the menus. Everything looks a bit better as well. So, what did you guys want to know? Hardened. Can you stack hardened? On this build right now, I've got hardened as there. It just says unique talent. It doesn't say you can't stack it. So we're going to go and pop this on. This talent does not stack. So we cannot stack hardened, and as you can notice, hardened has been nerfed. It is not 20% anymore, it is 15%. So a lot of people were worried about that, but it's only 15, which is still quite a bit, but you cannot stack it, so we don't have to worry about that at all. All right, so Eagle Bearer, what happened to the Eagle Bearer? So now I previously had 23.6k base damage on my Eagle Bearer. It is now 21.4. So we got about a 2k difference, which is not too bad. But if you look at my G36, it's not far behind. And Optimist is still very good. So I think you will out DPS someone with a good G36. So the Eagle Bearer is going to be good for PvE, but in PvP it seems like unless you can get lots of headshot kills to get the updated tenacity to proc, because you can see it's up to 100% for with 3 kills. 40 to 80% damage taken is delayed until the buff requires. Accuracy increases by 100%. Headshot kills grant 100% reload speed, 50% damage. So you clearly, the strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. So if you can hit your headshots and get kills, then obviously it'll be better. But it seems like these guns are going to, assault rifles are going to be a bit better, for just straight up base tanking if you're fresh into a fight. So let's go over some of the weapon changes. 23.2k base damage. As you can see, the military AK, this is what I'm going to be using, is a beast. Eyeless has still got the same values. None of the talents have really changed from the PTS, so we don't really need to go over those too much. The MP5, 19.4k base damage, guys, with 900 RPM. They received a slight nerf. It's slight from the PTS. They've just dropped the value a little bit, I've noticed, but hardly. So they are still going to be king, I think. Collect these, boys. Collect your MP5 with Allegro and with Sadist, because now the new Hive, you can proc bleed onto people, the Stinger Hive, and Hive's got a massive overhaul. We'll get into that just now. This is going to be interesting for you guys. So the 1886, 92k base damage, 100. These rifles are ridiculously strong. Now, if you're wondering, this is the named weapon, the named variant just below it. So the base damage is pretty much the same. I don't know why they made such a big deal about it. Here it is over here. And Boomerang is the same, Extra is the same, and Greased. So I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to have to go over that. Some of them are a bit better, but look at this, guys. 81k with 180 RPM, 15 mag with this classic M1A. The classic M1A is one of the best rifles. It's really good. 30% damage. And now you can drop your Hives at any time. So it seems like the rifles are very, very good. And I'm loving it because the marksman rifles are pretty much the same. The LMGs, to be fair, have stayed a little, well, have got a slight nerf in what I can see. We're going to have to read the full patch notes, but we can do that later on. Like I said, I just want to give you guys an overview. The CTAR is pretty good. What we can do is just go through my stash quickly. If you guys are wondering what kind of weapons, we'll just go over the main ones. Chatterbox 18.6. It's still not as good as the MP5, guys. Invisible Hand 17.2. Quite good, pretty decent. Carbine 7. All the interesting guns that we're going to go over. P416 is a bit worse than the G36, guys. I'm not going to lie. If I were you, use the G36 as soon as you jump onto the game. Don't worry about this. The RPM is pretty low, but it still hits like a truck. MP5 right here, 16.1. That's not a very good one. Pretty low for the MP7. MPX, 16.1. Like I said in the PTS, I would go for the MP5, guys. It's pretty much... Okay, Black Friday, 22.6 base damage. Pretty good, but nothing special. It seems like unhinged 20% weapon damage. So, I don't know. 26.1k. Okay, so it seems like they're pretty similar. LMGs are pretty similar. The Stoner LMG didn't really get too much of a buff. It's a bit better, but I don't see it being too viable. It's the RPM's not good enough. Q Laid so this is the one we got the other week. I think it was last week's vendor reset, 182. Now if you go down, 195. So clearly, I don't know what the devs are doing with that. So before we move on from guns, let me just quickly show you guys this over here. So this gives us a good idea on the weapons. So black market, the highest base damage is just below 24k. That's crazy. 17.8 guys for the FAMAS. Wow, so that's going to be 900 RPM. Police M4 is a bit lower. So it seems like the FAMAS is going to be your go-to, boys. FAMAS is going to be very strong for assault rifles for PvP. We're going to go over all that later. This has got a low RPM. I wouldn't really worry about that. Police M4 is really good as well. Black market 23.4. It's a bit lower, but it's not too bad. There's a whole bunch of different weapons here that we need to find. This goes up to 24k. Converted SMG 18.5. MP5, it's a little bit lower than the PTS, but it's still close, guys. We can almost get 20k a bullet, 800 RPM with max crit chance. Very, very strong. Double barrel, 230k base damage. And I haven't even rolled shotgun damage on anything, not even the specialization. Very, very crazy. That's a new KSU shotgun, the send-off. M6, okay, we don't have to go over these. LVRAC, that's not automatic, by the way. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. These are pretty much the same. SR1 replica. Alright, so that's pretty much that. If you guys didn't know, the calibration, if you want to recalibrate stuff, it's a lot better. You can change blues for greens and all that. So if you wanted to change your skill power for something else, you can go and put a juicy 30% total armor instead of the skill power. Beautiful. So we've got all of that. We know all about that, but I just wanted to show you guys something as well. This is pretty disappointing now. If we go into the Hive, let me go into my TU6 ready build. If you guys are wondering, this is the build I'm going to be using. It's on my channel if you want to take a look at it. I'm using this M1A. It's 84.3k base damage, even though it hasn't been rolled well. 330k armor. Let's go into the Hive. So if I go into mod the platform, they have nerfed batteries, guys. Look at this. I think this was like 900 to 1,000. It's now 262. I'm sad. Like, I'm not going to lie. I loved so it seems like we're not going to be getting those beautiful hybrid builds where you can just put an auxiliary battery. The purple one is my highest, or well, yeah, it's almost my highest one. That's a bit sad. I do have my beautiful radius mod. I recommend you guys find this. The Hive is unbelievably strong. It's my go-to. So we're just going to quickly have a look at it, how it works. We do have a few missions currently available. I am not going to show you guys them. We can probably do them later on. I can stream it if you guys would like, because I don't really want to spoil the experience. I don't believe in that anymore. I don't want to do it, especially with the controversy lately with people showing them before people can play it. So as you can see, that's crazy strong, and then it just gets destroyed. And then it comes back pretty quick, but what you do is you mod charges, so it's back again. And the Hive is going to be crazy. And remember, I have not spec'd any of my things in it. Pick it back up. It comes back so quick. The more charges you get, the more effective it's going to be. You put the people on bleed. So this is going to be, I'm going to be making a lot of crazy builds with this with my MP5. I'm looking forward to a lot. You can now damage yourself over here by the test center. Damage self. You can reset skill cooldowns, which is a nice quality of life. You can actually change the difficulty over there by the shooting range. So let's have a look quickly at the new specialization. I think I've covered pretty much all the major changes. Now, stacking talents. So what you guys need to make sure is that you need to go over everything. So now all the hardwired gear sets only requires 4-piece. Have a look at this. Skill power for that. Negotiator's Dilemma. Explosive resistance. That hasn't changed from the PTS. So a lot of the stuff has changed from the PTS, but I wanted to quickly show you guys that you cannot stack hardened. It did get a slight nerf. I'm not entirely sure if they changed it in the PTS. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I thought it was 20%. Now it's 15. So skill power, everything seems to be what they've changed from the PTS, except like the auxiliary batteries and things like that. So it seems like the devs gave everything a slight tune down. I still think the MP5 is going to be an absolute beast, but even though I don't have the right one on me right now. So let's go have a look at this technician. I can activate it instantly because I have the pass and everything. So you guys are probably going to have to do the missions.
This may just be a prototype, but it's pretty impressive.
Okay. Sweet. All right, so we're going to have to start working on this. Cool. Let's just quickly go over and make sure nothing has changed, guys. Artificer sends out micro-electro boons. This sends out micro-electro booster drones that expend themselves to increase allied skills. We've gone over this before. If you didn't know, I did check it out in my last video before the vendor resets. Just going to make sure 10% skill damage, 10% skill healing, 50 pulse resistance, computer skill grants 15% bonus armor, 20% armor yet hasn't changed, party members in 5 meters, yeah. Disruption and shock. This gun is going to be really cool. This is an interesting mod, guys. So technician laser pointer that pulses targets at which is aimed. Underbarrel attachment for long rails. This is very cool. So destroying it, hostile skill proxies, drones. Okay. 10% skill power. That upgrades all the way up. I think it's to 50%, which is crazy strong. Drone skills. So everything is the same. It hasn't changed. Very nice. I can't wait to upgrade this. I'm going to go for it. That's the first thing you guys should do as soon as you get home or whenever you get a chance to play the update. I just wanted to show you guys some of the changes. Hardened, cannot stack. The guns are pretty much the same. If you look at the Diamondback, it actually got a bit of a buff. I think on this build I had right now, it only was at about 96k, so it did get a bit of a buff. It's very, very good, and I'm very happy that it is good because the Diamondback is going to be one of the strongest. I'm very surprised with the rifles. The rifles are ridiculously strong. You see, unique talent can't stack. Still can't stack that. Interesting. So the requirements for Berserk, for Bloodsucker are still the same. That's still the same. Some of the talents that I've been keeping. So this is something I wanted to show you guys. Once every 30 seconds, applies bleed to an enemy hit in the legs for 10 seconds. So what does this mean, boys? This has changed. I think you only had a 5% chance or 15% chance, something like that. It was very low to put people on bleed. Kneecapped is now every 30 seconds you can put someone on bleed. And once someone's on bleed, they're going back to the checkpoint in the DZ. That's it. End of story. This is going to be crazy strong. And now I've kept all of these gloves. I hope you guys kept the gloves. We've got 300 stash space. I'm very excited. This update looks great. Compensated weapon damage increased by 10% when your critical chance is below 20%. Very nice. 5% weapon damage is still very low. I'm a bit surprised at Davidson. You cannot stack it anyways. So clutch needs 4 less blues. It's the same, hasn't changed. This is very good. 15% weapon damage for 20 seconds. So this is also going to be, you're going to have to decide if you're not using bleed. I would say probably use wicked because that's 15%, and then plus 30% on the, it's going to be crazy, guys. All I know is that the update's great. It's much better. I'm going to have to test the PvP, the PvE. And now this is the biggest thing for me, targeted loot. Where is Fenris? That is the question, guys. DCD headquarters has got Fenris. We all know what we want. Gloves, backpack, and mask. We're going to go and farm. I'm going to go farm the best I can. I've got to go to work soon. That's why I wanted to show you guys just quickly. We do have some of the missions here. As you can see, let me get rid of that. The Pentagon breach is over there. If we go over here, we've got the Last Castle Pentagon. Very nice. We've got all the new stuff, all the juicy things, the 2 new missions, the new classified assignments that I can do because I got the year 1 pass. If you don't have it, you can't do it. So I'm going to go and get some other juicy Fenris pieces, unlock the technician a bit further. I hope you guys just enjoyed this quick little video. If you're at work and you cannot play the game, or you just can't play it in general, you're waiting for it to update, look forward to it because it's really great. I'm enjoying it, and I will be bringing you guys the best content for the next few weeks. This week's going to be a bit busy for me at work, but if I can get some free time, I'm going to be testing a lot, making insane, crazy builds for you guys, and just enjoying the update. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll be seeing you agents in the next one. Peace out, boys.